Hi guys, how you doing? So we are fortunate enough to be backstage with the one and only Ali Richardson at the Bleed From Within Glasgow show. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me and having me a part of the event that we are talking about.
Can't wait. I got to see a little bit of soundcheck today and this guy's off the hook. Some pretty startling playing. So what can we expect from the clinic? Your performance? Have you got any idea what you're going to do yet?
Well, you know, my playing style, I'm not really a solo player, so what I want to do and what I want to bring to the table is kind of a bit of the story, like how I approach my drum parts and how, you know, I try and take a big sort of role in the songwriting and the sort of the construction of the songs, you know. The arrangement is the word I'm looking for. So I want to delve into that a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about sort of kick drum technique and stuff like that. Obviously I see a lot of metal drummers and a lot of players, and you know, there's some inconsistencies and things like that, and how I sort of change my technique to accommodate that and have a technique that I think is pretty consistent. And yeah, just basically playing through a bunch of songs from the bands that I am associated with, so that's Bleed From Within, Savage Messiah and Sylosis.
Great.
That's kind of what I want to bring to the table, and just I want it to be more like a gig sort of experience, because that's my world, you know. I just play. Totally. I'm not sort of theory based, and I just a gig. That's what I'm
pretty obvious from watching soundcheck that to play this music there's a pretty serious dedication to getting better. Like you can't sit in and play a gig like that. So do you have a strong practice routine or anything like that? You have to keep shape. You've always got to be in really good shape to play a set.
Well, truth be told, I don't practice as much as I would like to. That has changed in recent years, where I've taken on more work and I've been playing with other bands, and I found myself practicing a lot more and sort of questioning myself a lot more and being like, well, how do I do that? How do I make that easier? How do I get that more powerful? How does that get more consistent? But it's only been in the past few years where I've really started to push myself and sort of ask those questions. Before that, I was kind of lazy with it, and I was just, you know, I just had a lot of fun, and it was a lot more fun than it was kind of, you know, this could be a serious career choice, or this could be like something, you know. So it's more like an obsessive passion now than it was kind of before. It was just like a sort of fun thing, and it was my hobby, and like, oh yes, I'm just gonna do this and mess about. Whereas now I'm starting to take things apart, and that's why I'm really excited for the clinic. You know, I don't think, you know, 5 years ago I don't think I could have done it, but then there was a sort of change in my playing where I was like, this is something I really want to do. I want to take, because I feel like metal's quite underrepresented, and like it doesn't get the proper representation in these kind of events. So, you know, I want to start flying the flag for all the metal drummers out there and saying that there is some musicality, you know, there's technicality and everything else, and you know, we're working hard at it. Good.
I've noticed as well that you've got some pretty strong support from some amazing companies. The cymbals you play, the drums you play. Was that did you consciously? I think from what I understand, you certainly consciously chose to play Sabian.
Oh, from day one, man.
Buying Sabian before you even became an artist, any of that stuff.
That is Vinnie Paul Pantera. He was a Sabian artist, and I was obsessed from when I started playing. You know, that's what I wanted to do. I had a Zildjian Mega Bell for a while, and you know, everything else was Sabian, and I was like, oh, I couldn't afford the big one, like the Power Bell, and that's what I wanted because Vinnie Paul had it. And then Bleed From Within released the last album, Uprising. That was in 2013, and the guys from Sabian phoned me up and said, you know, give us a copy of the album and we'll give you this ride cymbal that you've wanted for years. And I was like, fucking yes! Like, that was it. I don't know if I can swear.
I actually have this fine.
But that was an amazing day for me. I finally got the ride cymbal that I'd been dying for. So Sabian through and through, been playing them since that's now 16 years pretty much. Been playing Sabian. Yamaha drums. Again, been playing them since 2010. I had a rock tour custom at first, and now I play a live oak, and it's incredible. So much power, so much attack. Great for metal, you know.
And for all the naysayers out there as well, that there's been a long-standing tradition, I guess, with some metal players of the use of triggers. There's not a trigger in sight on this kit because I've had a look. It's quite something to behold to see someone playing that music without any triggers, with all the articulation. So a big kudos on that because I think
Thank you
that's
so much, man.
absolutely
Well,
amazing.
again, that's what I was talking about, taking the playing apart, and it had to be, when you're playing this kind of music, and we're playing at the volume that we're playing, and I'm playing with like all the guitar players and all the bands are incredibly talented guys. You know what I mean? You have to play with consistency. You have to articulate. You know, like the articulation has to be solid, and that's something that I really questioned, and something that I had to sort of step back and view it from an outsider's point of view and be like, how's that going to sound from the front of the stage? You know, changing even in the Bleed From Within stuff, which I obviously have more of a part of writing. That's things that I take into consideration when I write a drum part. I'm like, how's that going to sound if it's too fast or if it goes too light? You know, I want it to be powerful and strong. Means I don't need to use triggers.
Great. Well, I for one am very excited both for the show and for the clinic, so thank you very much for your time. We look forward to seeing Ali on the 27th of May, the Drummers Only day out. So yeah, get your tickets, they're online at drummersonly.co.uk. £12 for adults, £6 for kids, and come and see Ali. Thanks very much,
Come and see
man.
me. Cheers,
Cheers, man.